Mr. Elmer's Music Club.
Alright guys, this video is going to be a banger. It's going to be good. So 4 signs you're actually getting really good at guitar. So trust me. Here's the thing, this video will be amazing if you all drop a comment, okay? Now this is not to make you feel bad about yourself. It's not about being perfect. There is no perfection. That's the biggest lie in music, right? It's about recognizing your musical growth. So you gotta think about the mental game in music. And if you're new here, you're gonna see I talk about this a lot. I have to connect the whole picture for you. That's my job, that's what I love doing. So let's get into it, okay? Now, before we do the sign number 1, great players always do a few simple things on a deep, deep level. That's it. So this is what I'm talking about here. So sign number 1, your rhythm starts feeling more natural. Meaning we're not talking metronomes, we're not talking playing with drummers, great stuff, okay? We're talking about you, a piece of wood, some strings, maybe plugged into an amp. Today it's acoustic. You grab the strings before you play one note. You do this thing called muted strings. This is a drum set. You don't see it as a guitar. So you're not gonna sit there and play one chord yet. Every day when you warm up, you get a groove. Okay, you get a flow, like the Jellyfish up here. You accent in different spots. And you guys, I've been saying this a lot in past videos and future videos, because rhythm is what? It's king, period. Here's the thing, you cannot do anything without solid rhythm skills. So if you're working on that, listen to everything I say in here, and rhythm is at the forefront of all of it forever, okay? So your muted strings, I'm not playing any notes. I'm just getting a flow going. Because when someone's rigid sounding rhythmically on the guitar, like if I do play a few chords and they're probably playing open chords, fine, we all start there. I get it, but you're not gonna be stuck there 10 years. I don't want you stuck there 6 months from now. They're going like, and they're worried about strumming patterns. Down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, forget that stuff. Just flow with it, okay? And a mechanical player's like, you can see the tension in their body, even if they're moving a little bit, or usually they're not moving, they're just like, I'm sorry, we are going to cure you of all these ailments, all right? So the attack, the way you attack the guitar, you are playing the guitar. The guitar is not playing you. So move your hand around when you do the muted strings. Don't drop the groove, okay? Okay? So even if you're playing something on the higher strings, let that little drum in your head out. Okay? You'll start seeing parts of the guitar like parts of the drum set. Probably this is happening for me on a higher level because I'm learning drums right now, but if you think of guys that were drummers first and are now guitar players, like Dave Grohl really comes to mind. He literally says he sees the E and A string as like the kick and snare. And if you listen to a lot of his grooves, you can hear he has really cool rhythmic stuff that's way out of the box because he's thinking like a drummer. So that's how I want you. This is your drum set. Even James Brown said every instrument is a drum set. So even if you're playing like a single note melody thing, you're still gonna do it with rhythm. I know a lot of you guys want a lesson and it's coming on this single note stuff like scales where you hit all the strings. So like, okay, we'll get into that. But you see let's see where we're going. Okay, sign number 2. Sign number 2 is you start seeing connections everywhere, okay? You're not gonna get stuck in the same pentatonic box for 10 years, okay? So if you're like in the key of G and your teacher shows you this, E minor pentatonic up here, and then you stay in there and you try and play solos or little melodies, and you don't even use it very creatively, because you probably always start in the root note, right? No, don't do that. More on that later too. So you start seeing, here's an interval out of a G major bar chord, okay? Oh, here is a triad progression, using voice leading, okay? Did a video on that. I'm gonna talk about all this stuff moving forward. I'm just showing you signs that you know you're getting better. So if you're starting to even discover any of this stuff, even if you're not using it and you're playing it, I'm just trying to make you aware. I didn't even know a lot of this stuff existed, like triads. It's like my Bible on this channel. So for example, this is a C triad to an E minor triad to a G triad, okay? And then I learned what intervals were. Like, let's take this G major bar chord and I'm playing 2 notes. That's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful. Look what you can do with that. And also, one of you guys asked another connection. Let me ask you this. This is your quiz, mid-video quiz. How many sharps are in the key of G major? So I got a G major open chord. Drop your answer in the comments. If you have no idea, I'm gonna tell you. There's 1 sharp. It is, say it, come on. It's F sharp. But why do the open strings lend themselves to the key of G so wonderfully? Well, because none of them are tuned to F sharp. Okay, unless we're tuned flat, we're gonna skip that for now. And so you can use them in your playing. So that's something right there you gotta connect. So one of you guys asked a couple days ago, why do you do so many videos in the key of G? Really, to be honest, because it just starts down here on the 3rd fret, and if I wanna move up through things, I have a lot of real estate to work with. But one of the things is I love using the open strings in the key. Why wouldn't you? Open strings are beautiful, they're powerful, especially on acoustic, so watch. See that? So you're in the key of G. You gotta know little things like that. That's why you guys, you have to learn basic music theory. If it's only for all the diatonic major scales, you just have to. Can you get away without that stuff? Yes. And I'm sure some of our favorite players, yes, they did. However, I guarantee you they would be more empowered and they would probably come up with other stuff if they had a little bit of like theoretical knowledge, okay? So everything starts making more sense because you're connecting it. So like, for example, I could play this G chord, okay? Because a lot of players will get stuck in G chord, open chords for 10 years because they're not making connections. They're just accepting, no. And when you get better, you have to keep pushing. So they're doing G, C to A minor, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. The open chords are beautiful. You will use them forever. They're like going home. They're like a soft blanket with your perfect pillow, okay? But then you want to do things like, what if you did, so like, what if I did G, and then I know there's a triad here. Did you know there's a triad there? Triads, that's my Bible. For this channel, I will make you sick in the head and then you will thank me profusely for making you learn triads. Be like, oh my God, they're so much fun. So G to G triad, open chord to C triad, A to A minor triad. And here's another thing. You have to make the connections. Every time you are somewhere, okay, you're gonna think about it a little, like you're gonna think about it more on a conscious level in the beginning, but then later it's gonna just be there in your subconscious and you're gonna flow into it. So what I'm talking about is right here, I know there's an A minor pentatonic, okay? And I could do a little lick out of what I just did. So for example, I go G to G triad, C to C triad, A minor to A minor triad, back. I could go C triad, G triad, A minor triad, Did I stop? Nope. Okay, you guys see how much fun that I wish I could like put it in your brain and your heart right now, how much fun that feels. If you are there now, please drop in the comments. We want to lift everyone up on this channel. I'm just like you, just trying to get better at this instrument. Yeah, I've been doing it 36 years now. At a high level every day, a lot. Just put in the reps, okay? So then you start, the guitar makes so much sense when you stop memorizing random shapes. And don't do this, I've seen videos on this, do not do this, it's fine. Don't go, here's an A, 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 here's an A. Do not do that. You have to have context. You'd much rather know, here's an A to a C, A minor interval. Here's a C to an E, a C major interval, a major third interval. Here's a G to a B. So you can do that. So you see what I'm doing there? And if you notice, you hear me doing a ton of muted strings. I wish teachers, if you're watching this, you're gonna tell your student to do the muted strings as much as possible. Let them know they don't have to keep strumming G like this. They can go. All right, anyways, off my soapbox. All right, let's go into sign number 3. This is a huge one. Great players are not perfect players, okay? They are musical, is this a word, recoverers? Meaning rhythm, right? I told you this all ties together. I'm gonna say rhythm is king in every video because I don't know who's showing up and who's new because the channel keeps growing. But I just want you to know, you just gotta have that deep in your soul. You know this, right? If you don't have any rhythm, you got nothing, okay? But we're gonna develop it. So great players, they musically recover, right? Beginner players panic when mistakes happen. So for example, let's go back to that chord progression. Let's say they're playing G and they're gonna go to the G triad, and let's say they forget. And so what they do is they stop. That's the only mistake in music, is they stop, okay? Now mistakes are not failing. What you wanna do is turn mistakes into music. And a lot of your favorite musicians and the greatest records ever made have mistakes in there, and they're a part of the sound. Does it bother the person that played on the record? Probably. I've seen a lot of them say, but that's the problem, you just gotta commit and roll with it. So here's what I mean. You're playing a G, and then you're like, you learn this G major triad inside of the G major bar chord, back to point 2, making connections. Did you know that? Now you do. And then a beginner player might forget this is that triad shape, or they don't get to the shape in time because they haven't put in enough reps. That's all it is, it's just reps, that's it, man. Ladies, men, kids, it's just reps, okay? So they go like this. And they go, and they're always looking at their hand. Hey, listen, everything I'm doing, I'm poking fun at in a fun-loving way. I've been there, okay? All right, I'm still hacking my way through this thing, all right? So a great player goes like this. If they mess up, they keep the flow going, they recover, and then they regroup, like they go. See how, did I stop playing? No? Would anybody, even the highest level musician, if you had Jimi Hendrix in the crowd and you kept going like that, would he know this is a mistake that you messed up? No, because you didn't. And then they go, beginner, let's do a comparison. Here's a beginner. I'm sorry. I love all you beginners. Just stick with me, I got you, okay? Here's somebody this is one of the signs, the point of this video, how you know you're getting to another level, how you're becoming good. You go like this, you're a recoverer. Just keep the rhythm going, that's it. This never stops, unless you want it to stop and there's like some kind of crazy break, but you always keep the internal rhythm going in your head. You're going, see, even that right there. Okay, I did stop there, but I came back in on time because I've internalized rhythm on such a deep level. It's just a part of my vibe. That's it. And you have to have this stuff, okay? So don't panic when mistakes happen. Just recover. So for example, let's just use, one of the hardest things is connecting chords to melody, meaning going rhythmically between the two. Again, beginners do this. They go, let's do a G again, because we're using up the G. We're using up all of our G chord love, okay? It's a good band name, G chord love. One of you guys start a band, call it G chord love. And there's a pentatonic right here, G major pentatonic. So maybe you're going, and you're flowing pretty good on the open chord. Let's give you some credit here. And you go. Okay. So yes, you gotta work on your chops. You gotta do the exercises, okay? But here's what an advanced player does. They recover, they go like this. Let's say they had a few too many beverages before the show. They're on stage, they're a little, they're feeling good. And then instead of stopping, they go like this. They recover. They don't stop. The rhythm train keeps going. Your rhythm train keeps going. Your pendulum doesn't stop. It goes back to muted strings. That is your that's your saving grace. That is your safety net. Always, now, and forever. And I probably developed it because I played in a 3-piece band. When you're the only guitar player, bass, drums, and guitar, and we toured and we did great, you don't have another guitar player as a crutch. I had that in the beginning when I had another guitar player. Bless his soul, Aaron. I love you to this day because he played for like 15 years and I played for 1. I learned so much from that guy. But when it came time for me to be on my own 3-piece, there is no room for error. The only mistake is stopping. You don't stop. All right. So recover. You recover faster from mistakes. You turn your mistakes into music. Then they're not even mistakes. The only mistake is you stop. Okay, let's go to sign number 4. We'll wrap this up. This is the most exciting. One of the greatest signs of improvement, and drop in the comments if this is happening to you on any level, is you start developing a musical identity. And what comes hand in hand with that, really in all of this, is your confidence skyrockets, okay? And you will hear it in somebody's playing. You guys know, I don't even have to tell you, when somebody sounds really good on their instrument, it's because they're a confident player. Mainly because they have a killer rhythmic flow. It's not about playing fast leads and shreddy licks, blah, blah, blah. Not my thing. I can do it, but I don't even really do it on here because I don't care. I don't want to put any bandwidth into that. But what they do is they start sounding like themselves. Now, you're gonna be influenced by people you love. So let me give you an example. I do this a lot in my playing, and if I really think about it, I get it from like John Frusciante. This is where I learned the interval stuff. I probably play the riff wrong, was whatever. What was the song? Scar Tissue? Probably playing the interval wrong. My point being is I started going, oh my God, what's he doing there? And then I went deeper. I was like, oh, he's doing intervals. And then I started using intervals a ton in my playing. Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins, Kurt Cobain's weird stuff. Billy did a ton of octaves. You guys know. You guys get it, okay? So then what happens as you're playing and you're doing when you start making all those connections, you start seeing stuff, that stuff seeps into what you're doing, or as your musical catalog grows, it could be a riff you work on and you just keep using it in different ways. It goes into your playing. So if we go back to the G thing, here's an example. I might use this G open chord, then I might go to the interval. Thank you, John Frusciante, for showing me the light. Then I might go to the octaves. Thank you, Billy Corgan. I mean, everybody does this, but so. Now, what did I do right there? Again, this goes back to connecting. I know that there's an E minor pentatonic here. I know that E minor is the relative minor of G major. See, this is why I gotta know this stuff. Just learn it. Keep coming here. I gotcha. And then I use the intervals out of pieces of the scale. I use scale fragments. I use the distance between us. You start doing stuff like this. You start finger picking percussive. See how deep rhythm it goes? Do I ever lose the groove? Nope. Now maybe I'm pushing and pulling, but yes, that's what we need to come back to. Forget all this. I'm so sick. If it's pop, I get it, but no rock band should be playing to a grid. I did it. All my favorite bands did it. A lot of your favorite bands did it. And if they are, the life is just sucked out. Rock bands, no click tracks, no metronomes. Get with that drummer and lay down your groove, man. All right? So that's it. You start taking all your influences of your heroes, and the reason your sound starts to come out is because your confidence is at a high level, and it's only going to keep getting better. Okay, so remember, getting good at guitar is not just about speed, technique, complexity. It's not about how many hard songs you can play. It's about a deep understanding of rhythm, internalizing it, forgetting all the strumming patterns. Just do what I said every day for 10 seconds before you play one note. Just do. Okay? It's about connection. It's starting to connect. Oh, here's a G bar chord. Here's a G open chord. You probably learned those first. Oh, wait, you mean there's a triad, G triad here? There's one here. I could play some intervals out of G here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here. Or I could do the minor pentatonic, or I could use the open strings. I could do... Okay? So that's it. You're recovered. You recover when you make a mistake because it's now not a mistake. The only mistake is stopping, okay? Unless you stop and come back in time, but that doesn't happen to beginners. So your recovery, you're messy, you're going. I forgot what chord's next. When I go, oh, it was supposed to be an E minor bar chord. I go up there, I forget, but I do this. I'm gonna forget the chord. Recover. Oh, there it is. And then last but not least, all this leads to you sounding like you. All of a sudden, you're almost at... Okay, here's the truth. Before we wrap this up, because this is getting quite long, but it's been a lot of fun. There's no reaching the peak of the guitar mountain. It does not exist. Okay, just tell me this, if you're still here. Drop Jellyfish, your favorite sea creature, in the comments, but guitar, you're a beginner forever. Maybe not technically, but you're always learning something new. And if you're not, then you're just accepting, like, I don't want to call it mediocrity, you're just accepting staying in your comfort zone, and that's fine if you want to do that, but that's not for me, and I don't want that to be for you. I want us to be the best. I want you to push yourself. How far can we actually take this thing? What can I actually do on here? And just so you guys know, I'm going to put out a bunch of original music this year. It's time. A lot of you've asked for it. I've got a lot of stuff coming out. More on that later. Oh, I have memberships on here. A lot of behind the scenes stuff. I'm real low key. I always give away all the free charts. What do you guys want to see? Where do you want to take this? Remember, only you can stop you, so you will not stop. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.